sometimes. Anyway, welcome to a rather different video. Today I will be doing a Q&A. I've never officially done any sort of introduction to my channel, and I think it's a bit too late for that. But I have gotten a lot of repetitive questions regarding my sewing and regarding myself in general, so today I thought I would make a video to explain some of those things and answer some of those questions. So grab a hand sewing project or a cup of tea and we shall begin. So I have here a list of questions, most of which are sewing related, and then there's a couple that are like about me. So I'll answer those ones at the end. Question 1 is, do you take commissions? And I answered this in a previous video. Yes and no. I do take commissions, but I am currently going to be out of commission for the next year and a half or so. I will be in Slovenia, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I have mentioned it in a previous video, so I'll link that somewhere. Yes, eventually I will be back to taking commissions, so I guess that answers that question. How long does it take you to make a dress? Well, obviously this depends on how complicated the dress is. Most of my projects on average take about 3 months. For big projects like ball gowns and costume replicas, those take a couple months. Sometimes it can take like 6 months, but yeah, on average 3 months. And then if it's like a smaller project, like a blouse or a dress or something, like a simpler dress, I can usually get those done within a couple days to 2 weeks. How much does it cost to make a dress? Once again, this one also varies depending on how fancy the dress is. Fabric is going to be the most consuming. Usually I spend about 80% of my budget on fabric, and obviously this depends on whether or not, like, it depends on how much fabric you're buying, what sort of fibers are in that fabric, and so on and so forth. But on average I usually spend around $150 to $200 on materials. My Cinderella dress cost about $500, which is still pretty good. In order to make more room in the budget, I sometimes have to do other things by hand. Like if I wanted some custom printed fabric, but it's obviously going to cost much more than what I have budgeted for, then maybe I'll print it myself. So I need to buy like some cheaper materials for that, but then it would just be more time consuming. I don't know if that makes sense, but are you going to make your wedding dress? Yes, I am. I mean, why not? I have no reason to not to. In fact, most wedding dresses are really not to my fancy, so I would rather make my own. I'm not getting married anytime soon though, so that's not something you guys have to worry about. But short answer, yes, I will. Are you going to make your prom dresses? I have made my prom dresses, and here are some of the photos. The first one I just wore my Cinderella dress to because everyone wanted me to wear that one to prom because it's still one of my most popular costumes that I've ever made. And then the second one, the theme was red carpet. So I didn't really steal this design. I took a lot of inspiration from this designer. I forgot the name, but I changed it to be a little bit more modest to my standards, and then I also turned it into more of a blushy pink color than this nude color that you see here. Is that your real hair? This is referring to the photos I have with wigs. No, that's not my real hair. I have never bleached or dyed my hair, or, well, I have cut my hair, but I've never colored my hair, so I use these very natural looking wigs. They cost about like $40 a piece. Some of them were like $30 a piece, but like they were a pretty good price. However, I can no longer find them anymore, so I would link them down below, but they are no longer available, so I guess I just got lucky. So sorry about that if you were looking for a good wig. I have 3 of these wigs. I have a platinum blonde and a regular blonde and a redhead wig, and that's all I have from this company. But what I like about them, when I say natural wig, it means that they have mesh in the forehead area, and they have little hairs that are tied into that mesh to make it look like it's growing out of your scalp. So it just makes it look more realistic. So that's why a lot of people like to ask me if that's my real hair, but nope, it's not. It's a wig. Can you breathe / are you comfortable in that corset? I get this one quite a bit when people find out that I'm wearing a corset, and the answer is yes, I am perfectly fine. I guess for some people, such as Hollywood actresses, who have never worn a corset before and don't know what to expect, it can be an uncomfortable experience. It depends. You need to have a well-made corset for it to be comfortable. If it's not made to your measurements, then it will not be comfortable. So if you buy one from Amazon or eBay, then and it's not custom made to your measurements, it probably will not feel comfortable. And I'll try to explain this. There's no easy way for me to say this in a timely manner. So I'll just answer the question in a brief explanation. Yes, I am comfortable. The corsets I make are made to my measurements, and I know what I'm doing because I have been a professional seamstress for, this is the 10th year of my sewing experience, and I'm pretty well experienced in corsetry. I have driven in a corset, I've eaten in a corset, I've slept in a corset, I've danced in a corset, I have acted, sung, danced, whatever. I have done pretty much everything under the sun in a corset, and let me tell you, it's fine. It did not kill me, and I am okay. And yes, it is comfortable because it is made to my measurements. Anyway, moving on. Why are you wearing that / why did you make that? I get this question when I wear my costumes out in public. People always wonder what I'm doing. Usually, if you see me out in public in a costume, it's because I'm doing a photo shoot for YouTube or for my social media or something else. Some costumes I make because I do musical theater, so there's some costumes that I make for theater. Sometimes I make things for other people. Most of the time, I make costumes for myself, and it's just because it's what I love doing, and I feel like that's a simple enough answer. I do it for fun. It's my hobby and it's my dream, and it brings me joy. So I don't see why there has to be a reason for me to wear it. But yeah, I guess it can be odd when you see a girl dressed as a princess walking through a grocery store. I've done that multiple times, but sometimes I do it because I just want to make your day, and I want people to have an interesting story to tell when they get home. I think it's fun that, I can be the most interesting part of someone's day, so it brings joy to other people too. I do hope that someday I'll be able to dress up and visit children's hospitals, because I think that it would be fun to bring some joy to children who are not able to visit places like Disneyland, or who aren't able to just get out and about as much. So I would love to do that as well. There's lots of regulations and paperwork I have to go through, so that's why I haven't done it yet, but I hope that someday I will get to do that at least once. Are you going to work for Disney / Broadway? Well, I mean, they have not offered me a job, but I'm also not seeking out a job at Disney or Broadway. I have been told by a couple costume designers there's lots of costuming work locally, and I would rather do that because moving to New York or LA would just be really difficult for me. I just don't think that would fit into my life. But if there is somehow an opportunity for that to happen and it just works out, then I would probably take that opportunity. I just think it'd be cool to see my work on the silver screen, like all of the greats. What do you do with all of your dresses? I keep them in my closet. The fancy ones all have their own garment bags to protect them from dust and from getting crinkled and wrinkled and all that stuff. Some of the other costumes go into a large trunk that I have. Honestly, it's kind of overflowing right now, and I'm, you know, when I finally get a chance to move, I will fix this situation. But right now I've got like 12 ball gowns crammed into a corner of my closet, and then like several other costume pieces in a trunk or in various dresser drawers. That's how I store them. What do I do with them? I do take them out every once in a while and I wear them. So there you go. Are you going to sell them? I've thought about it. I don't know. I love having my own princess wardrobe. It's been really fun. So, and I just don't know if I could. They are all made to my measurements, so, yeah. I mean, I am a pretty, like, medium-sized person, so I guess they could fit a various number of other people, but am I going to sell them? As of now, probably not. See, I only make the best stuff for myself, and I keep the best stuff for myself, and that is just the way of the world. Humans are selfish. But if you ask if you can wear them, I do let other people wear them. Do you do alterations? Yes, I do. Once again, I'm out of commission for the next several months. What patterns do you use? I don't use patterns, actually. I make them all myself because I don't like commercial patterns. I feel like they're always so confusing, and this is just my personal opinion, not professional opinion. Well, I guess it could be professional opinion. This is just my opinion. But they don't always work the way I want them to, and so I would rather just draft all my patterns myself, which is what I've been doing for the past several years. And I like doing it myself because they fit better, and I'm always happy with how it comes out. So I draft my own patterns, and once you figure out how to do it, then it's just another skill you practice, and it becomes really easy. And I don't know if I have, like, I should make a pattern drafting series on this channel because I feel like that would really help you guys out. Are your patterns digital? So my self-drafted patterns, they're all like made on butcher paper and wrapping paper. I have not yet explored the digital realm. I have not explored like the skill set needed to like scan them in and print them correctly. That's like a whole nother ball game. Maybe one day I will. Do you take embroidery commission? I do embroidery, as you've seen me do with my free motion embroidery technique. However, it's not the best type of embroidery compared to what an embroidery machine can do, so no. Well, I do take embroidery commissions, but I would recommend you go to a professional embroiderer for that. Do you do cosplay events such as Comic-Con? No, they're not really my cup of tea. No, I don't. What are you working on currently? Right now I'm working on like one last commission, and I'm working on my mission wardrobe before I leave. Do you have a portfolio? I am working on a portfolio, and hopefully we'll have that done as soon as I return. And yeah, it's gonna be great. Do you have a sewing job? I currently work as a tailor, and I work freelancing commissions, so yes, I do have a sewing job. What is your most favorite thing that you've made? Well, I love my Cinderella dress because that one's my favorite to wear. It's really fun and fluffy. It is kind of impractical though, so like I can only wear it certain places. That one is the best one to wear. My favorite thing that I've ever made was my Emma costume because the process of making it was so surprisingly easy for me. And of course I loved the challenges that it presented with figuring out like the pleats on that pelisse and the techniques for building it. So I really liked making that one. I enjoyed that process the most, but yeah. Usually it's whatever I'm working on at the moment, but Cinderella and Emma, those are my two favorites. Are your swords and daggers real? No. They are real fun to play with, but they are not real. They're not sharp. I mean, one of my daggers is pretty sharp. Like, believe me, they could all inflict copious amounts of pain, but no, they are not. They are not like sharpened for like weaponry and combat. But yes, they are kind of dangerous if used improperly. When will you wear your Cinderella dress again? Like I said, that one's like the impractical one, so obviously I can't wear it everywhere, but I will definitely wear it again. That one I'm not gonna sell because I love it the most. When will I wear it again? I don't have an exact date for you, but I take it out every once in a while. What's the area in sewing you've improved most in over the years? Well, everything really, from pattern drafting to designing my own clothing. I think I've improved in like all of it, but if there's one thing that I've definitely gotten better at, it's speed. I am super fast now. Like I sew so quickly that it scares people, because I'll like start working on something that I need to have finished in 2 weeks, and people won't think I can do it, but I can, as long as you don't take up my free time. But yes, definitely speed. I've gotten super speedy quick. Why do you use so much fabric? Well, I like to put a lot of flair into my skirts because I'm all about the drama of the garment. When it comes to like budget versus quality, I always go for quality, because you know, the budget, I can work and earn money in like you know, however long that takes. But like, if I'm making something that's made to last a long time, then I want it to be 100% to my satisfaction. So I always go for the drama of the skirt. So sometimes I'll put like 5 yards of fabric into a skirt, and that's just like one layer. You don't need to, but I personally like to use a lot of fabric for drama. Where do you get your fabric? I will leave links down below. Most of it is either online or from Hobby Lobby or Walmart. Joann's is something else, man. It's like everything is a fortune per yard on most days, but like sometimes you can get a good deal. Most of my natural fibers, like cottons, I purchase online because I've through Fabric Wholesale Direct. I will say though, most of the time when I purchase fabric online, I do purchase in bulk because I just use that much fabric, so I don't have to pay the shipping fees. But if you're doing a small project, then you might have to. So yeah, it really depends. I always try to find the best deal, but usually I end up paying between $2 to $5 a yard for most of my fabric, and then for the fancier stuff I can pay like up to $20 a yard, which I try not to, because that's a lot of money. If you could redesign all of the costumes in one period piece, TV show, movie, or specific theatrical production of some sort, what would you design and why? I love this question. I would love to design for a movie or TV show, but there isn't I don't think there's anything in particular that I would like to do. I know a lot of people were unsatisfied with the 2017 live action Beauty and the Beast. And Beauty and the Beast is my favorite movie, aside from Cinderella, the 2015 version. But I think that would be fun to do. I'd love to see more Jane Austen films remade, like the 2020 Emma. I thought that was just a masterpiece. Like the soundtrack, the colors, the shots, everything was so beautiful. So I'd love to do a Jane Austen film. Definitely something historical or fantasy. There's like 2 movies that I would love to have remade correctly. The first one is The Swan Princess, like the animated one. I'd love to costume that or star in it. I don't know, either works, but I just think it's got like so many good songs, and I think it has a lot of potential for a remake. And then the second one is Ella Enchanted. That's my favorite book, and I wasn't really a big fan of the Anne Hathaway version, so I'd like to see a remake of that as well. Alright, now we are on to the personal questions. Are you single? Just kidding, nobody actually wants to know the answer to that one. Okay. This one might make me sound so vain, but I actually get this one at least on a monthly basis, but people often ask me, how are you so good at everything? And it's usually because I take them by surprise. Like, some people know me as a seamstress, some people know me as a cake decorator, some people know me as an artist, and then like when I bring another one of my skills into their lives, it kind of shocks them and they're like, how do you know how to do all of this? You just have to have a love of learning. Like, I have lots of creative talents because I took the time to teach myself those things. I just love making things, and I love exploring new skill sets. I believe that hobbies are something that everyone should have, because no matter what happens, at the end of the day, there's always something you can return to that you're good at. And if you get really good at it, you'll develop like your own language around that thing, and you'll just be so good at what you do and able to gauge like a timeline and like a skill level. I don't know if that makes sense, but people will start to pay you for it too. So I highly recommend finding something you love doing and just do it. Mentally, it is a powerful tool because you're not depending on other people. Most of the time, you're not depending on other people to make yourself happy. So, yeah, I'm good at everything because I chose to love learning. And obviously, I'm not good at everything, but I do have many skills that I've developed over the years because I just took the time to master them. I use my time wisely. All right, how is your hedgehog? She's great. I mean, let me go get her. Actually, never mind. She's taking a nap right now, and waking her up from her nap takes like 15 minutes because she's basically, if you've never had a hedgehog before, their personalities are like grumpy teenagers, so it takes like 15 minutes for me to get her out of bed, and I don't have that much time right now, but she's great. She's really cute. Like, sometimes I come home from work and she'll just be like sticking her head out of the blanket and watching me. She'll like watch me sew sometimes. But yeah, she's really sweet. She's nice and healthy, and yeah, she's doing great. Is your hair naturally curly? I wish. But no, this is all sorcery here. I worked it down to a nice 15-minute routine or a 10-minute routine. My hair is actually really, really thin, so I curl it every day to give it some body, but yeah, unfortunately, it is a deception. What is your real name? I get this question from people online because I use the name Maribel Designs. I use that because it's more easy to search, and like it's the first thing that I'm the first person that comes up when you Google that. So for algorithm wise, that is why I use Maribel Designs, but that is not my real name. My real name is Mary, and like I said, when I was a kid, Princess Belle was my favorite princess, so I just kind of like mushed the two together, and that's how I got my pen name, I guess you could call it. But yeah, my real name is Mary, or if you are the Amazon delivery guy, it's Her Ladyship Mary Christine the Beautiful and Fair. You can also call me that as well if you wish. Are you married? I get this a lot because mostly from other adults, because like whenever I run into new adults, they ask me if I'm married. No, not yet. It's as one of my friends said, it's a desire. One day I will be. There is nothing I want more than to be a mother and have kids And so, yeah, one day I will be, but as of now, I am not married. These 2 rings aren't wedding rings, just so you know. So yeah. Where are you from? Well, obviously I'm not gonna give you my address, but I'm from the United States. I'm from Utah. It's really beautiful here. It's where I grew up, and it's a lovely place. Yep, that's all I have to say. What do you want to study? Obviously costume design. I mean, like, what's up with that? I don't understand why, like, most colleges, like, think that I want to be a doctor or a dentist. Like, that's pretty silly. But yeah, it does kind of bug me how most colleges and universities are not geared towards the stuff that I want to do. But I'm trying to major in design. Right now, I'm currently letting my college and my career compete with one another. Whichever one makes me the most money faster is what I'm gonna go with, because that's all that matters, I suppose. But yeah, I'm giving college a chance. Hopefully it's very beneficial. And of course, I know there's more than just the degree. There's the college experience, and I actually do really love learning, and there's other things that I want to explore as well. But yeah. I also have been interested in studying writing and psychology, but like I'm more into like the creative stuff, so creative writing. Yeah. So I do like writing, and that's about it. One question that I forgot to put on here is, do you wear contacts? I don't wear contacts, but I do have glasses, and some people think these are like fake glasses because I don't wear them as much. They are real. I just don't wear them because when I first got them, it was around COVID days, so, and wearing a mask with the glasses really just wasn't doing it for me, so I didn't wear them as much. And another reason is because I'm mostly just not used to wearing them, and that's why I don't wear them. Another reason is because they aren't really necessary. Like, I've passed the driving exam, so I'm not legally blind enough to wear glasses. So I don't need to wear them. So yeah, but like obviously when I do wear them, people can tell that I don't usually wear glasses because I often like do this or I touch them. I remember in one of my previous videos, I just kept like holding the frame of my glasses, but yeah, I don't wear them a lot. But yeah, I do have glasses, they are real, and I don't need contacts, and I don't wear contacts. So if that answers that question, then you're welcome. Well, you guys, that is it for today. I hope that this was helpful in some way, and I hope you maybe got some work done while you were watching me ramble on about my life. And yeah, miss you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Love you, bye. Are you cooled off yet? I want to have a drink. Good day. I think I got most of the water that I spilled on the floor, just so you know. But I think I didn't know you spilled water on the floor. It was like boiling water, but I'm pretty sure it's cooled off by now. I just remembered I got lip gloss on. I probably can't use the teacup anymore. I mean, I guess I can always clean it. So. I am working. Question 1 is, do you take? Excuse me.